Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Just Reading. So today we're gonna do our July wrap up. In the month of July, I read 9 books, and we've talked about them already. I gave you a summary of some of the books as I was going through it. And so we're just going to do a quick wrap up to go through all of them, one big wrap up for all the books. So I read Ruby Dixon's Aspect and Anchor series, all three. Great reads, phenomenal. Can't wait for her to continue the series. As always, Ruby Dixon tells a great story. And I also read The Vengeful Heart Infinity Book series, Infinity City series by Tiffany Roberts. That husband and wife collab team that does a lot of like fantasy and monster romances. So I read their newest addition to that series, which is Vengeful Heart, which is Arkanthus. I hope I'm saying his name right. A continuation of him and Samantha, where he actually travels to Earth to avenge or to neutralize a threat to Samantha. And so I read that one, and that was a good one as well. It was good to see that couple again and just, reconnect with those characters. And then, of course, I read Before I Let Go. That was on the July Book Club's pick. And that was Chef Kiss. Phenomenal. Kennedy Ryan hit it out the park. Great, 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 great book. And this too, there's supposed to be another book about one of the characters. She's getting her own story. I think she said, Kennedy Ryan said that all three of the characters, the female characters from the book, The Friendship Group, they're getting the other two friends are getting their own series. And I think that one's supposed to be released like the second one in this. I don't know if you call it a series because they're all really standalones, but the next one should be released next year, early next year sometime. So keep an eye out for that. In fact, I will too, and I'll give more info. I cannot remember if she even has a title yet or anything, but I know like she's in the process of like writing for the other friends in the group. Jasmine's friends from Before I Let Go. Then I also read Twisted Games by Anna Huang. It's from the Twisted series. It's book 2. I read book 1 a while ago, and book 2 I'd had on my KU TBR for a while, and so I decided to pick it up and actually go through and read it. Anna Huang is a good writer. So I wasn't disappointed. It was a very good book. It's like a modern or contemporary royal romance. Is that what you call those? Like a royalty. It's like it's got all the royal bodyguard romance. So it's got the bodyguard falling in love with the princess, and it's a little bit forbidden because of the class distinctions or issues, and so they have to like work through all of that. It was spicy. All of these books actually that are on this list have spice in them, so it was good. Vengeful Heart does have spice, but it really follows more of the hunt, or Arganthus going out to protect his mate. So, that was nice. All right. And then I also read a duet, the Nightborn Duet by Carissa Broadbent. That one was again, chef's kiss. Recommend. Great fantasy romance. It's got all the things, adventure. epic battles, political intrigue, family dynamics. It even has a little bit of a found family aspect to it, adventure, a little bit of magic. This was really good, and it's quick. Just 2 books and you're done. There is more in this world, but these 2 books together follow the same characters and complete their story. So pick it up if you get a chance. It was a great read. And I also read Escaping Fate by Regine Abel. It's part of the Viridian Chronicles series. This is book 1. Regina Abel is not a new to me author. I've read her work before. She's a really good writer. But I've read the other series where it's the Mating Agency series. It's I Married a Merman, I Married a Lizard Man, I Married a what is it? I married a Naga, or she's got like a whole list of like monster alien romances that are really, really good. So this one, and I think this is one of her older series actually, and I hear tell on Insta that she's going to revisit this series because there's more story to tell. So I'm excited about that because this is my book 1 was excellent. I enjoyed it so very much. So this one's a Why Choose, and it follows Amalia and Kel and Lore, which are her mates. Amalia is Viridian, and there was a catastrophe on her planet that basically wiped out her race. So the rest of the galaxy thinks that the Viridians are extinct, but they are not close to it, but not. So all the men in their on their planet died basically, and the women they are almost infertile. Like they can have kids, but every birth they've had is girls. Like they have girl children, and so slavers, when their planet was dying, slavers went to their planet and basically like started just taking the women and children that were left, right? And they put them into bondage, and then they've got like breeding programs with and like all kinds of craziness. So Amalia, she's been in captivity her whole life, and Viridians are also, when they're born, they also have like some kind of psi power. Anyway, it helps her escape. Like her power helps her escape, and she escapes on this planet. They were docking on a planet that she knows is friendly to like they have this huge like deal about protecting women and children on that planet, right? And so she's like, I'm gonna go there. I need to find a protector. And she goes during a time where they have this ceremony where women can choose their mates, right? And on this planet, the men are called Zelixians, and they have 3 classes in the society. So they've got primes, who are like the top of the society. They're the most desirable, but they're also the smaller group, the smallest group in the society. They've got norms, which is like between the primes, and the bottom of the rung, which is like the tainted. And the tainted, they have this disease, right, that is basically killing them, and it makes them undesirable to the female population. So these men are like suffering. So she goes, she chooses her mate, and then it starts a whole host of like adventures and political intrigues and plots and things that is changing the society on for the Zelexians, changing the future of the Viridians, changing how the 2 worlds are going to come together, and how their class system is going to be different. And Amalia is like, oh, and then she ends up picking like the one of the most powerful men on the planet, unbeknownst to her. But it helps in her favor because the guy, the head slave trader, that he's like still hunting her because she's a prize to him. Like her psi ability is what was helping him do like all the things that he wanted to do. Like he used to use her to help enslave, people and do the things. So anyway, so this was a good read. There's no messy third act breakup. The characters get along really well. It's a little heart rending in some parts because of her second mate and what he struggles with. But Amalia is a take no prisoners kind of gal, and she goes for what she wants, so it works out. So pick it up if you haven't read it before. It's pretty good. Book one was really good, and I intend to continue reading the rest of them. And so we will look forward to Regina Abel continuing the series, whenever she gets to it, because she's got so many projects going. I'm sure with her mating agency series, which is another good one that we'll have to talk about at some point. But that's it, guys. Those are my July reads and wrap ups. 9 books total, all great reads. I was pleased with all of my reading for the month of July. So I hope August is just as good of a reading month. Thank you so much for listening in. See you next time, and just remember, keep on reading. Bye now.